I really don't like Skype calls, but let me take it. Skype call, you're on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm just listening here, man. But what's the solution? What should we do as black people? Because I had a history lesson, but what should we do as black people?
Well, first of all, what we have to do is each individual first have to recognize what it is they want. What it is they want, and then recognize. Well, first of all, how do we put all that together? Like, for example, my ultimate solution means nationhood. That's the only solution I really believe in. I believe that nationhood is a long time coming. I believe there's no halfway. Either you're going to integrate into American society 100%, and lose who you are, or you're going to have the nation of your own. Because does any of these communities look like they're working? There's black.
No, but I mean, my thing is how we going to have a nation within a nation? Because
there's no such thing as a nation. There's no such thing as a nation within a nation. You can't have a nation.
So then, what we got to leave America?
I believe that yes, that's ultimately going to be the thing. Not all of us, only the best and brightest. Only the best and brightest. That's what I believe. Ultimately, only the best and brightest. Only the strongest, the best, and the brightest. Because we can't have people wasting away in here in America doing nothing. Now the people that basically that can't do anything, let them stay here, whatever like that. But we have to take our best, brightest, our engineers, our scientists, all those things, all those people, our construction workers, our builders, our bankers, all those things, all those people that can build something for ourselves to give our people hope, a future. In other words, basically, this is what I'm talking about. Most black people, when we talk, they'll say, what are we going to do today? What you do today is just try to survive. Other races of people plan. When they talk, they plan, okay, this is what's going to happen 30 years from now. This is what's going to happen 10 years from now.
Okay, so they have a racial meeting of some sort. Because I'm trying. I'm trying to find out how they do that, because I hear all the time that the Puerto Ricans are coming in and they doing this, that, and the third. But where do they have these meetings, and when do they occur?
Well, this is what it is. This is what it is. When other groups of people, what city do you live in?
Say that again. I live in Louisiana.
What city? What? Oh, you live in Louisiana. Okay.
New Orleans.
All right.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay. Now, New Orleans down there. Okay. If you look at geographically, right? When Hurricane Katrina hit, right? Guess who they brought in to do all the contracting work? They brought Mexicans in. They brought Mexicans in. Black people were leaving, and Mexicans were coming in there to do all the contracting work and making money. Okay? Making money. We as black people, we don't have organizations that basically that enfranchise our people. In other words, basically, other people like the Mexicans right now, they're pooling their labor together, and they're basically doing lucrative contracting work. But you got to understand something. They're coming from Mexico. They have a base of operations out of Mexico. They basically got companies. They got construction companies. They got cement companies. They got all these things in Mexico that basically, when they win contracts over here, and also they got labor. They got they send their labor over here too. And they build, and then basically not only that, they send that money, $30 billion a year, back to Mexico. See, we have nothing outside of the parameters of America thing. So that's why it's hard for us to get anything done. As far as like other people are doing. What you can do is in your local area. Now, what do you do for a living? Do you do you own a business or anything?
Well, yeah, I used to do landscaping. My family have a landscaping business.
All right, now if you have your landscaping business, right? Main thing to do, if you have a business, right, keep that business up and running. Never hold on to that business. Expand that business, right? And employ people. And also network with other people. I would urge you to join our Black Wall Street International.
Okay.
We help people with loans and stuff like that, small business loans and everything. We help our people. We're going to be giving out loans And we're going to be doing everything, to help you get your business off the ground. This is black people helping black people, I'll put the link up. If you're in the chat room, I'll put the link up in the chat room for the Black Wall Street International Spiral Funding Program. And we're basically, this is what we're doing, okay? And we're
yes.
We're building an organization that could basically, handle all the infrastructure internally. Now, I don't mean we all should just get up and leave. I believe that's the ultimate goal. But we still got to
so when you say we, who's
infrastructure
we?
in America.
Because, but when you say we, are you a bunch of investors or something? Like, who's the we? Who's everybody?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, well, like I said, we have to first recognize the fact that, when you talk about nation building, right? An investor, somebody who's an investor, who's an MBA, is just as important as somebody who's a construction worker. They're all part of the same thing. And right now in Black America is around calling themselves leaders who are basically bad-mouthing black people who got money, black people who got who are bankers, black people who know finance. These people got to work. All the black people have to work together. We're all one people, But we got people right
but,
here.
I have a community. Not to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off, but the community I'm from, the blacks work together. I mean, I don't know the ones you know, but the ones that I know, we work together.
That's what I hope. That's old school. That's old school. New Orleans always been a sort of independent. They had a black chamber of commerce at one time, and they were like a community, at one time. So I always know about
Let me
New
ask you this
Orleans.
one. Not to cut you off, but what you think about reparations?
This is what I think about reparations. This is what I think about reparations in a nutshell, right? Reparations in a nutshell. Before you have reparations, you got to be ready to repair, okay? Black people cannot buy into reparations and buy into America too, okay? Let me give you an example. When the Japanese got reparations, what did they do? They went back to Japan, and it was the Japanese government that lobbied for the Japanese to get reparations, okay? The Jews, when they got reparations, they didn't become German citizens. They got the state of Israel. And Germany paid the state of Israel and settled Jews and paid Jews reparations, okay? When people are in reparations, one thing when you have reparations, you got to have political independence. You got to be separating from, you cannot integrate. When you say reparation, you're talking about something you're basically bringing accusation against the United States government, okay? In other words, once you do that, you cannot basically call yourself a U.S. citizen. That means the United States don't protect you anymore. Yeah.
Oh, so if you sue for reparations, hold on, because I never heard of that one before. So if I sue for reparations,
that's why it never happened. You cannot walk around talking about I'm a U.S. citizen and all this stuff like that. I want to. It don't work like that.
Really?
It's just like somebody saying I want a divorce, but I want to live in the house.
But I'm saying
I want to have.
Legally, no, but my question is legally, do they So if I go around, and say I want reparations legally, that is my citizenship. Where they say that at?
Well, it's basically you're basically who are you going to say it to? It's like this is what I'm saying about black people with reparations. No one's ever really thought about this. The people who are supposed to know better are supposed to say this. How can you talk about reparations to the very people that saying I have nothing to apologize for? The only people that's going to make America, you're talking about the strongest country in the world. The only people that's going to make America pay reparations is an independent nation. You have to have an independent nation on your side. Now, if we had our own independent nation lobbying for us globally, internationally, yes, they will bring pressure to bear on America, and they say, okay, you pay reparations back. And then when you basically do that, you're going into your own land, your own citizen, you assuming a new identity and everything like that. Then basically they say, okay, you pay this person reparations because it's saying to the world, yes, I was a victim.
Yeah, but you said something about that. If I go around asking for reparations, my citizenship is void. I mean, where they say that at?
Well, what I'm saying, I'm not saying your citizens will be void, but it's like if you go around asking for reparations, you're just wasting your time, because you're not basically now. If you basically, let's say, if you became moved to, let's say, Cuba or something like that, right? And you renounce your American citizenship, and you say, look, I give you reasons why, look at what happened right here, and this, that, and the other thing, I renounce my citizenship, right? And you get other people to do what you do, right? then you can make the case for reparations, right? Because you're not living under the protection. Let me give you an example. If let's say if that island of Cuba gets invaded, right? You renouncing your American citizenship means the American government will not come in and help you. See, you got to understand something. You cannot sue the same government that you want to have protection from.